welcome to another segment of Tales from the Blindside. I got my brothers Todd Herremans and Jamaal Jackson again here with me, man. And it was Dallas week. You know,
it was
Dallas
table
week.
was set. The table was set.
You know,
Didn't really feel like it though.
Yeah, you needed Washington to lose, and you get a win, and you try to get into the playoffs. Where were you guys on this? I don't know. I can't remember if we discussed this on if you want to see them get into the playoffs or lose and get a higher draft pick. Like, where were you guys on that?
I'm always about getting into the playoffs.
Yeah,
making
absolutely.
some noise.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always make something work around the draft picks. You can package stuff together these days, trade players, whatever. But if you can get into the playoffs at the end of the season and you got momentum rolling, and I mean, if you have momentum rolling at the end of the season, that's all that really matters when you hit the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you got to have a better kicker than what we have, but
yeah,
don't really have to worry about that for us at this point.
Like I'm quite sure the older guys are like trying to extend what left of their career they have, you know. So I don't think they're just trying to like pack it in, you know, if you have a chance to make it to the tournament or whatnot. But it was not to be. So, you know, guys kind of went on the whole vacation thing a little earlier.
Yeah. Because I mean, so all right, so you get ready, you get into this game. I mean, you know, you see that I think Washington and Carolina started a little earlier than our game. So you saw right out the gate that Carolina just jumped on Washington. You knew that, all right, you know what, this is kind of going in our favor. Dwayne Haskins, after, you know, spending some time in the strip club, you know what I'm saying, still wiping body glitter off himself, you know, still scraping body glitter off, you know, and you know, he goes out there and just lays a dud. And so, hey, here we go. We got a chance. Carolina's getting the win. I mean, and this team right here, Jalen Hurts, this would have been his third start. So here we are. You know, they come down, they drive right down the field. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Take that. Touchdown. Nice runs, mixing the run and pass in. I mean, made it look easy. I'm sitting there like, man, we about to run through Dallas. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, I was really fired up about it.
The boy looked at that depth chart and was like, let's see. We have CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. They have a guy that they just got off the street.
I felt bad.
It was unfair. It was unfair.
We're just gonna take our chances, dude. Like it was bad because of the type of defense they was playing. Like you playing man-to-man defense with a guy that he's like familiar with the actual NFL game. So just to leave him on the island, he did that a couple weeks ago with Hopkins, and you know he had 9 out of 11 catches for like $169, and
yeah,
they was just going after the man. I just thought, you know, Jim Schwartz should have jumped out of the whole man-to-man thing, kind of gave him some help over top or something, or at least zone it off. Because, man, it was like 7-on-7 after the first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it got ugly quick. And I felt bad for Jaquan, man. That's his name, right? Jaquan? Or something like that?
Right. You just couldn't keep up with the big plays. You couldn't keep up with the big plays. There was way too many explosive plays by Dallas, and we had some, but we didn't have enough, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, it was good to see DJ back out there, though.
Yeah, against all odds. DJ came out
big
first quarter. Nice
down.
Yeah, nice, beautiful play.
Great play, DJ. Why don't you rest up for the playoffs, son?
Nice, beautiful play, dude. I mean, it was well designed. I think it was the same type of play that they had for Reagor, where I think Hurts missed Reagor he was going down to the left. So they came with the same type of play for D-Jack there. And I mean, for real, man, like when D-Jack is on, when he can make those type of plays, it's nothing like it, man. Because I mean, you know, he's one of those rare fast receivers that has exceptional ball tracking skills. And then he takes it to the house and flips into the end zone, and then next thing you know, you're hurt. spring.
Wait a second. Did he hurt himself on that end zone flip?
I don't know. After that, they said that Doug was saying that he had some type of injury, lower body injury, or his foot or something like that.
Like a tailbone contusion.
You flipping into the end zone like you 20-something years old, man. Just go ahead and just score and get on through, man.
I was like, hey, wait, if anything, man, D-Jack is a showman.
Yeah.
He's all like, if you look at it in history, when we played Dallas, he's always done something noticeable going into the end zone. Like the one time he dropped the fucking ball his rookie year before crossing the end zone. It was dancing. I was like, dude, we didn't score.
Yeah.
I was a little hot with D-Jack on that one too. I was like, dog, what are you doing?
And then another time, he breaks a long one like he always does, and he falls into the end zone. So he always has this like this kind of grand touchdown thing that he does, and that just wasn't a time for it yesterday.
No.
But he already added on like 20 yards to his run by going across the field.
Oh yeah,
like that wasn't enough. You don't gotta flip into the end zone.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
you had already
like 33, 34. Like, do you want to save your legs,
bro?
Man.
The bones start to become a little brittle as you get older.
And now, and then he was down. After that, that was it. And I think he only came out for like maybe one other play.
Give my guy some Ensure. Get him get his calcium up.
To get his calcium up, get him some vitamin D, sit him outside for a little bit.
Some great iron.
Yeah, get some iron pill, but I mean, it was tough to see him. This is what everybody wanted to see, to have Deshaun Jackson out there on the field. Here we go. Let's see what Jalen Hurts can do to just air it out and everybody wanted to see that particular play. And there it is. Deshaun Jackson makes a big catch, takes it to the house, flips into the end zone, then he's done. Yeah, and then that was it. Then there was no more Deshaun Jackson. That was it.
It's like we heard the intro to his album and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. It was the intro and then the end. That was it. That was it. Yeah. So, but it was just tough to see it, man. Because you wanted to see more of Deshaun Jackson out there on the field. But. And I was a big guy. I was really big on bringing Deshaun Jackson back. I really want to see him come back. But I just feel like, with all the injuries and everything, it just has not worked out for him coming back.
Yeah, I mean, he's played in 6 out of 30 games or something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's probably – I mean, I don't know. I doubt they bring him back here next year. But if he still wants to try and play, I think he'll go somewhere and still play because he still has that deep threat ability. Like you saw that shit the other day. Like it was crazy how at his age he can still get behind the defense when they know it's coming. It's just can you rely on him? And over the past couple of years, due to injuries and whatnot and aging, you just simply can't. So. I don't think he retires after this year. He's definitely gonna go somewhere else and play.
Yeah. What you think, Todd?
I mean, when you only play 6 out of 30 some games, that's just not a great investment. Bringing him back like that, you'd love to see him out on the field because when he's out there, he's contributing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's making big plays, and that's what you want. But if he's only going to do it for 6 games out of 2 seasons, then it's not really worth what you're doing, So, I mean, I don't see them bringing D-Jack back here in Philly especially with how these young kids have been looking out there. So, but I'm sure somebody will bring him in to take the top off the defense because he still can do it, when he's healthy. So,
absolutely,
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, against all odds, man.
Against all odds. And I mean, so we come out there and we enforce our will on this team right out the gate, but then Dallas started catching up. Fletcher Cox goes down. You don't have any pass rush out there anymore. Andy Dalton could just sit back there and pick apart this defense. And pick apart, he actually did, man, with CeeDee Lamb and company. Gallup, I mean, just had his way with what my man name, man? Jaquette. There you go, Jaquette. I mean, you know, and it was tough, man, to sit up there and man, the kid, he battled, you know, and that's one thing I can give him. He battled.
Yeah, you know? I'm not gonna fault the guy. Like they kind of put him in a.
Oh, he didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it was like one of those. Hey, you look like a corner. Come over here and play corner. Like, but they should have went to the Green Goblin a lot earlier because he was shutting shit down. Like when they finally moved him over the corner. But it was
man.
late.
Well, once you get the Goblin over there, man, now the secondary was solidified. You know what I'm saying? Even the Goblin came in there, made a tackle, got his flex on.
Got to stop. Yeah. He did.
Got his flex, you know. But, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, man.
I was rewatching the game today and I saw maybe it was 37. I don't know. Came in and scooped the leg on somebody, but they ended up getting the first down and he thought that he stopped him short and he was all flexing in the backfield.
Yeah, no, it was still a first down.
First down. So.
But he was flexing though. I mean, you know, everybody got the Goblin flex going on right now, man. And it's just, you know,
you gotta create that energy, bro. You gotta create it.
Yeah. You gotta bring it.
Singleton wasn't nowhere to be found, so I don't know what happened to my guy. I was looking for that you know, that manifested energy.
Oh man, I mean, he was in chase mode. I mean, he ended up having
definitely in chase mode.
He had chase mode. He had 8 tackles, 5 for solo, and 1 quarterback hit. You know, so I mean, you know, not too shabby. When you had Marcus Epps, he had who was their leading tackler. He had 8 tackles as well, but 7 solo.
See, that's not good when you're the free safety and you're leading the team in tackles.
No.
That means, boy, they got past the front 7 an awful lot, or the people on the back end ain't
all the time.
Shit.
Yeah. It was a bad day at the office. It was a very bad day at the office when your safety is the leading tackler. You know, but yeah, man.
Schwartz could have kind of helped him out a little bit because, hell, you know, if you're depleted at corner or whatever, or in the back end, either play zone or blitz every fucking body. Like, make them make a decision. Like, you know, you can't play the style of defense you want because his defense is predicated on the defensive line getting pressure. But when you got like 3 or 4 guys out, Fletcher goes out during the game. You didn't have Barnett and your guy from Florida State. They didn't even dress. So it's like you was already depleted up front. And you know, Vinny gave you what he could. He got a sack.
Yeah.
Him and BG did, but they needed more. And you know, they just didn't. They don't have that much depth on the defensive line. You know, so that's where it kind of like, you know, it forced him to stay in this same defense because he thought he still had those same horses up front, and he didn't.
And I think that once they came out of halftime, you saw them come out and they were like, all right, you know what? We're going to change it up this time. They Slay, you go over on Gallup and what's his name again?
Jaquette, man.
Jacket. My bad, dog.
Jagged Edge.
Yeah, my memory right now is jumping on me right now, man. So Jaquette, you know what I'm saying? So now they put Jaquette on Cooper. And then I was like, oh, man. Andy Dalton come out there like, oh, where's 38? Oh, 38. There he is right there. There you go. Now you got Cooper streaking up the sideline. And then I think after that, they're like, all right, the man's taking enough of beating. Goldmouth, go ahead and pick him up and take him on inside. And that's when they went on and benched him. You know, they're like, look, man, that's it, man. He's taking enough of a beating. You know, there you go. And then now they get down in the red zone. And then I guess I don't know who number 36 is on the roster because I mean you got so many guys out there that I'm like I don't even know who some of these guys are.
But they might not even have their name on the back yet. They didn't even have time to get Greg to stitch their name on there yet. They just throwing the numbers out there like, hey, wear this.
The locker got like the tape with the marker name on it.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was Rudy Ford. So they had Rudy Ford, 36 is Rudy Ford. So they get down in the red zone, And I guess, Andy Dalton was out there looking for one of those 30 numbers, and he went after Rudy Ford. But Cooper dropped the pass in the left side of the end zone. So, but still, again, man, I mean, they just had their way with this defense, man. I mean, just running up and down the field. Andy Dalton looked like an all-pro. I mean, I don't know how. I think he had to have over 300 yards in the air.
Oh yeah, like 370.
He looked good.
Like
he looked like an experienced quarterback picking apart a weak-ass defense.
Yeah. It looked like 7-on-7 for most of the day after the first quarter.
Yeah, 377 yards.
The defense been carrying this team all year. They're sick of this shit. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. Why don't y'all score some fucking points for once?
Yeah. Well, so now let's flip over to the offensive side of the ball, because, I mean, I felt like it wasn't one of Jalen's best games, but you go back and you look at the box score and it's like, all right, man, he finished with 342 yards, in the air. He rushed for 69 yards. Was sacked 3 times. He had but those 2 interceptions, which is real costly at the time. But, I felt like, he tried to battle. It was just way too many mistakes on this offense when it came to penalties and all those drive killers with the penalties and, really penalties and sacks is what really, tore this offense down. How did you guys see it?
I think we need to quit going with the moniker of people who really tried to battle, because I mean, Matt Pryor tried to battle too, but I mean, he just isn't working for him, So they're all out there battling, man. I appreciate the effort from all of them.
They're sweating. They're breaking a sweat.
Hey, that's bullshit, man. When the coaches be telling you, I appreciate the effort. We got our ass kicked. You appreciate that effort? No, I don't. Little moral victories.
Yeah. And so I was I was listening to the post game show and listening to some of Jalen Hurts' interview, and they asked him about all the false starts because they had 6 false starts, and it was something about the way Jalen Hurts answered the question that made me like, I'm gonna go back and look at these 6 false starts. Because you could tell, like, he answered it as if he was trying to cover up someone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he didn't want to throw anybody, but he kept like, hey, man, you know what? It's all on me. The false can't snap, false starts, that's something that I have to work on. It's something that I have to correct, yada, 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 yada. And even Doug came in and was like, well, you know what? His snap count needs to be this and that. His cadence is this and whatever. So I went back and I looked at the 6 false starts that we had. Out of the 6 false starts that we had, 4 of them was because Kelsey didn't snap the ball on time.
Yeah, I saw some of that because you see the lineman getting off and he's not moving the ball, or he's just late with it. I think it can be a communication thing in the huddle, where you're just so used to, like, the rhythm of, someone else's voice, so to speak, and you always know, all right, it's on one. But, he's been with this guy for 3 weeks, so there's no excuse as to, why that was that many. Like, after the Slay interception, like, he picked the ball off, like, damn near in Dallas territory, and they ended up beyond it, so hey, man, you can't win. You can't move forward if you're continuously going backwards. And they just fucked that whole thing up with the pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, so Trey, you think that they all know that it's Kelsey's fault and they just don't want to, like, call him out on it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
Connected. So what you're saying here is
yes, I think so.
But they don't want to call him out on it.
Yeah, I don't think Jalen was like, I don't want to, I don't want to say anything, because you could tell by the way he answered it that he was like, man, that shit wasn't my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I called the cadence, but Kelsey didn't snap the ball. And like he said, dude, he had like 3 or 4 of them last week. So I don't understand why this was a point of emphasis. Why it wasn't corrected.
let's clear up this whole pan thing. Wasn't me. Hey, dude,
Pam.
You know the rookies, right? Like you can't tell the rookie, but you can tell the rookie. That was one of those moments. Like, okay, we know.
Yeah, but he was sitting there and like he just took it on the chin and he was like, man, damn it, man. And it wasn't my fault. And I mean, I know a lot of people were like, man, Matt Pryor with all these false starts. So when I went back and watched it, and you look at Jalen Hurts, it's like you can tell most quarterbacks have that little hitch with their body when they're expecting the ball to come.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was like hitching, and Matt Pryor was right on time with that hitch. So he was getting off on the cadence. Kelsey didn't snap the ball 4 times yesterday. So 4 out of the 6 false starts was because Kelsey didn't snap the ball.
Old Gumshoe Thomas over here.
I'm just saying. I mean,
he's doing his due diligence on the tape work, man. Like,
pulled out his magnifying glass and went to work.
Yeah, man.
Pipe out.
Yeah, I went and I watched it in slow motion because I caught it on tape one time. Because I'm like, man, that's the same thing that happened. I mean, last week he didn't even snap the ball twice. So I'm like, man, like, dude, okay. And I know, man, hey, kudos to what he's done. But man, I just like, where's the correction, man? Where is the correction? And to me, I find that Doug make excuses for these guys, and so it just is a reflection of what's going on with the team.
So do you think that because they didn't address it with the media that they're just avoiding it altogether? You don't think that they plan on talking to Kelsey like this week, being like, hey?
No, I don't even think it was even anything. I think it was kind of brushed under the rug when it happened last week. When he didn't even snap the ball twice last week, when you had the one snap where they called a false start on Jordan Mailata and the ball hit Reagor in the foot, which should have been a fumble, but it was because Kelsey snapped the ball late. So that wasn't like a, hey, man, we need to make sure, this can't happen. Let's get this corrected. And then you come out and have... Huh?
I mean, Pam's former center and all. Like, what the fuck? What can they do? They have 13 different offensive line combinations. You can't leave the only rock on the line. Like, all right, they'll go to me and say, it was Kelsey's fault. Like, right at this point, who really cares?
But I'm just saying,
but nothing really good can come of it. Just that. Damn, even I have to play better. It's not just I'm good in front of a microphone and I can say, who I want to be the quarterback, yada, yada. So it's just like, damn, it's like what can you do?
Just because they didn't talk about it from the media doesn't mean that they're not gonna address it.
Oh, no, I'm not even.
They shouldn't have been like, that was fucking Kelsey,
No.
That motherfucker better get his shit right before this Washington team comes to town, or we're gonna fucking whoop his ass. We're gonna set him down.
No, I'm not even worried about the media part of it. My point is the point of emphasis to make sure you correct it in practice.
You're just saying because it happened 6 times this game and it happened last game that they didn't. There was no emphasis on it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But also, Trey. Like as a center, like not snapping the ball, well, not just forgetting to snap the ball. That's not really something you can practice. That's just like, you just got to be focused on what we're doing. Like your head got to be in the game. We can't go there on correction Tuesday and be like, all right, Jack, let's practice snapping the ball on 3. Like, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm like, give him an ammonia cap. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
All right, Jack. Let's go work on the color. Second color.
Right. Second color, like, dude, we're just sitting here snapping the fucking ball. Like, no correction is being made. Like, you can't practice for in the moment. Like, he just forgot to fucking snap the ball for whatever the case may be.
And you're at that point in your career, and you're like the glue of the offensive line at this point, out there making all the calls, telling everybody what to do. Like, somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, Kelsey, you need to fucking get the snap right." He's like, "All right, yeah, go fuck yourself,"
But then you have all these false starts, and then you're not gonna get a play going. So It is what it
You
is.
know, so, I mean, it need yeah. Do you make it a point of emphasis? No. Do you pull him to the side? Of course. Like he's one of the leaders on the team. Like it should be our. I mean, I'm quite sure if anybody knows that they messed up, he knows that. Like I'm
Yeah, he
quite sure
knows it.
he's not placing the blame, but it's like, damn, okay, I got one more week to get better. That's all you can do at this point. It's not something that we can just roll out the red carpet for. If you're trying to crucify the man for not snapping the ball. But with the way this season's going, I wouldn't have snapped that bitch a couple times either.
but the other players are getting crucified. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Matt Pryor. I mean, people were like, man, Matt Pryor, he got all these false starts. It wasn't on him. It was on Kelsey.
I mean,
when you dig deep, you know.
Yeah. But anyway, whatever.
You could see it in Matt Pryor's eyes after the false starts too.
Like how he kept looking
back,
over
he was like,
shit.
yeah, he was pissed. He was like, man,
what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, because I mean, he has to go. You got to
go.
go.
But he has the same look when he gets called for holding too. So I don't know if he's like, it's almost like a disappointed in myself look, but also at the same time like a disagreeing with him calling it look. So it's like it could go either way. You know?
Like, how dare you call that holding, even though it was a good hold. It was a great hold.
It's bullshit, bro. That was bullshit.
Yeah. Awesome hold. But man, I tell you what,
emotions that goes on, dude. Like what?
Bro, I know sometimes after I got called for holding, I knew that fucking camera was coming right on me. And I was all like, hell no, that wasn't holding. Blah, blah, blah. And I know damn well I was stretching that jersey about a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Are you trying to give it the mean face? Like
you're like, oh no way, bro.
Yeah, yes. And you're like,
you look at
or Trey jumping off sides. You see Trey out there like, these motherfuckers out here.
Yeah, get me a good false start. Beautiful set. Was very nice, very smooth coming out of my stance. Wait a minute, damn, I'm the only one. Oh, okay.
Hey, boy,
that's
the
a
ref
false
throw a
start.
flag on you for holding, boy. 9 times out of 10, you did that shit.
Yeah, you were holding. Yeah, we were holding. Yeah. Yeah, we were holding. Oh man. But yeah, man, you know, so now
it's something that's got to be addressed. Yeah. I mean, but like,
and that's
like
all
Jack
I'm saying.
But like Jack said, if anybody knows, like Jack said, Kelsey knows what the fuck's going on. Like he studies film. It's not like he's gonna see. I bet you he sees exactly the same thing you see when you go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he probably knows why the fuck he wasn't snapping it on time. Maybe he was trying to get something out. You know, I don't know.
He wasn't making a call.
But it was a couple times where, you know, they got the play in like crazy late, and it's like 5 seconds on the clock, and they're just now getting into the cadence. So, you know, it could have been that. You know, hey man, shit happens fast in the trenches. You notice? You got to try to make a call with like seconds on the clock and snap the ball and direct traffic. Like, if you get to play with like 10 seconds left, hell, you just limiting your options, you know? So, I mean, there's still no reason for him to not snap the ball, but hell, they got Washington this week.
Yeah. So, all right. So now you get, you know, let's move on to Jordan Mailata real quick, man, because one thing that I noticed from this young man is that, dude, you know, I got to say, man, over these past, especially in this game here, he played a lot more aggressive, was played with a little bit more anger, and was knocking guys around. I felt like he was using his hands pretty good. You know, he did give up the one sack where he got edged because he doesn't understand how to handle when somebody gets your edge yet. But I felt like he was trying to be a little bit more aggressive, especially in the run blocking game. But then you had the time where he pulled and Smith took a shot at him and put him out the game, you know, because he came out there and started stutter stepping now. A lot of people, they feel like it's a cheap shot. And I know that Smith, he went out there and he rung his bell. He got him. You know, I personally felt that on that
technique, bro.
Huh?
Shock technique. If they teach you to do that, so you can't fucking grab them. You're like fucking stunned and you can't grab them.
Yeah.
But they teach backers to do that shit. It's just a technique, bro. There's nothing dirty about that shit.
Yeah, and that's but that everybody wants to send this play to the league. They want to send it to the league.
I was crying when I heard that shit.
Yeah.
Like every run play, we are face hands on the linebacker. We're butting every play. All he did was just caught him when he wasn't looking.
Yeah, and what Jordan,
hey motherfucker, I'm your guy. Boom.
Yeah.
Like keep your head on a swivel, right?
Right.
But where Jordan
wasn't targeting them. That's weird.
Well, Jordan messed up because he came out there and started tippy-toeing instead of running through him.
He's lucky that he didn't get cleaned up worse than that.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready for the contact because it was as if he was trying to run a drill. You know, and he was like 3/4. Like when you see that linebacker in the hole, you gotta dig his ass out. Like you can't just
you can't run in there like you in practice. He came up on him like he was still in practice, like he was in a shells practice. Like, hey, I'm blocking you. And shit, Smith was like,
let me get a fit.
Right. And Jordan is what? He's 6'8". Like, dude, you gotta come through that low, or man, they gonna knock your block off. And that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. He got rocked. And I mean, boy, people are sending me. I like, look, I don't think it was a dirty hit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's football. I mean, you know, it is what it is. He got hit.
Dude, London Fletcher got me like that a couple times, dude. Like, because he's so short and stout. So it's like, it's hard to get up under him. And he just like pop you in the head and just throw you to the side. Like, it happens. Like, you just got to be prepared for it. Now, had he ran through that whole full speed as if he was going to block him instead of like waiting to catch the blow, you know, maybe he would have delivered a blow instead of catching one, you know. But I don't think it was a dirty play because like inside that 90, that's all 907. That's all Jeremiah Trotter.
It was a pretty sweet spin out of it too. I mean, it was pretty clean. Dude spun out of it, got right to the ball.
It was nasty. I mean. He licked him. He got him really nice, and I mean, you know, the big enterprise man. I mean, you know,
he needed somebody to pick his ass up.
Yeah, he needed somebody who was like, "Where are you when I'm down?" You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the help when I'm down? You know. But yeah, man, big enterprise.
I mean, I don't think gonna be too many people rushing to go try and pick his big ass up. He's a large man, dude.
Yeah, he's massive man. That's
gonna take a couple reps out of you.
Yeah. Like, dog, I need you to make it to the sideline, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he took a nice.
Can you barrel roll? Can you barrel roll?
Yeah. Let's just roll you. Let's roll you to the sideline.
Oh man, but so damn soft, man. They said that was an illegal hit.
Yeah, they want to send it to
dirty.
They said it was dirty, man. People say it's dirty. I've had people send me all kinds of different angles, and you know, and I'm like, maybe he might get fined. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? You know.
So when us linemen, when we go run and use our head as a spear and take out that top knee, that's not dirty? Oh, perfectly legal. Perfectly legal.
I know.
We can end someone's career, right?
Yeah.
Right? So
people
don't know. I don't, man, when you're a lineman, dude, as long as you don't get blocked in the back or block someone in the back or, you know, purposely take a cheap shot at, you know, somebody in the back, it's football.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, the game never plays out the way it's written. You know what I'm saying? Oh. So, I mean, you know, shit happens. I mean, you know, it is.
You're either the hunter or the hunted. You know what I mean? Right there, motherfucker was tiptoeing through the tulips and got snuck.
Yeah, he came in there tiptoeing. And everybody like,
tiptoeing through the tulips?
Yeah, he came in there tiptoeing through the tulips like he trying to sneak up on him. Like, I'm gonna sneak up on you. You don't see me.
You're 6'8". You ain't sneaking up on nobody. The whole stadium saw him pull it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it may. I mean, I hope he recovers from it. Like, I hope he's recovering from it because he did get caught as if he didn't expect to get hit.
Yeah, no.
You know, that's why.
All it takes is one time getting your shit fucking pushed in like that, pulling around on a pole, half speed, and you're gonna go full speed every time.
Yeah. Brandon, lesson is learned.
Bro, Brandon Spikes got me, sent me ass over apple carts. My feet were over top of my head, and it was like in a joint practice. It happened in front of everybody. It was a very humbling experience. It was like the first play of the inter squad scrimmage. We did a toss when Chip was here, and I pulled around the outside, and he just demolished me. All right, we're going at a little higher speed than I was expecting. Here we go.
Oh man.
So Brandon Spikes, I swear to God, has a concrete skeleton.
Yeah, man. I believe Harrison, I'm a man from Pittsburgh, boy.
Yeah, right. James.
Man. He came out there with a bull rush on my ass one time, man, and put his damn crown of his helmet right on my chin. Wham! I'm like, God damn.
Dude, hey, I remember.
Trey, you were probably low like too, that. But the motherfucker was so short.
Yeah, he was so short, dog. He put his damn helmet on my chin strap. I'm like, damn, that dog, did you just split my shit? Like, I'm checking, and then he came in, and then he gave me that where it looked like it was gonna be bull, and then he pulled out, and I just went on and grabbed him, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and take this holding penalty. Because you got me on that one. But man, he lit my ass up with that damn bull rush and ducking his head and put it right on my damn chin strap, man. You know,
you should have threw a flag on. I can't believe they didn't fine him.
Fucking referees, you know.
That dude there, he uses helmet a lot too. I mean, I had to kick out and try and block him one time. He put his face mask right in my clavicle. I was like, how the fuck you get that in there? Like, he's so short.
Don't you remember some of these old linebackers or fullbacks, how the paint was like chipping off their fucking helmet?
Yeah.
That's how many fines is that now if you start chipping the paint on your helmet, bro?
Yeah, that's definitely a fine now. I mean,
definitely fine.
I mean, that's all you wanted back in the day when you were young, man. Shit, you came out of the game like, hey, look at all my look at all my paint, all my scars on my helmet, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at my helmet. You know, that's what you wanted. But you know, it's a different game now, man. Totally different game, man. Jordan Mailata learned a very valuable lesson. You can't go tiptoeing through the tulips.
No. You better stomp on through them things. Ready for all.
Go kick them bitches up because we're gonna get your damn head taken off out there, man. But I tell you what, though, he has gotten a lot better, man. I just hope that he just continues to progress and he gets healthy. But lesson learned, you know, low man wins. Low man wins. You better be full speed. But man,
be ready for that.
Yeah. So now, you know, we got to get ready for Washington, man. You know, I think the NFL, why they flex this game from 1 o'clock to 8:20, I don't.
Hey, man, the
table was set,
slow
bro.
Death, dude.
It's just a Sunday night game.
They want the Birds to play the Spoilers.
Okay, all right. Well,
I think Washington has to win to get in.
Yeah,
and I think Dallas, if they win, they have to wait until the Eagles Washington game. But if Dallas loses, I think Washington wins regardless.
Okay. So you got Dwayne Haskins, man, gets released. You know, he goes to the strip club in the middle of a pandemic and goes out there and lays an egg against the Panthers. 2 interceptions. I believe it was 2 interceptions. Only 100-something yards. Was not a good performance. Did not want to talk to the media afterwards. So they, you know, after the incident, they stripped him of his captain patch. You know, so they're like, hey, they took his patch, and then now he's been released. What do you guys? What's you guys feel on that, man? Just the way it all played out with him.
That this dude got fired in sections. Dude, first of all, you're a first-round draft pick, right? Like, you get bits twice in the same season.
Yeah.
Then they take a letter off your jacket.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, the first demotion is bad enough. It's like, damn, they drafted me to be the savior of the franchise, and hell, I can't even stay out of the strip club during a pandemic.
Yeah.
Then, you know, they give you every opportunity because, you know, Alex Smith is kind of banged up and he's a little long in the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
And you go out there and just play like dog shit. And then you cheer on the backup that comes in for you, like that's showing leadership. No, leadership would have been staying your ass home and not going to a strip club. One, you know what I'm saying? Two, taking your job seriously, man. It's like you can't trust the Ohio State quarterbacks, man. They're giving these guys a bad name, man. Because I actually thought this kid had promise, but I think the NFL is too big for him right now. I think he needs to, be a backup somewhere or be humbled a little bit, because I don't think he took the job seriously, man. Like, it is what is it? 1,500 jobs a year. Like, it ain't that many guys playing in the NFL, dude. Like, it's a privilege to play in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just think he didn't really care too much about, the respect of the game to even prepare for it.
Todd, what was your feel on it?
I just kind of think that it just shows that all things are forgivable in the NFL except for losing. They take him down, like Jack said, in stages. Like, all right, we got ourselves a nice little cushion. You can fuck up a few times, but if you don't start winning games, we're going to get your ass out of here.
And that's what it was. Like, now, if he would have gone out there and just destroyed and shredded the Panthers, he would still have a job. They just be like, hey, wear a mask next time you go to the strip club, bro. Wash off the body glitter.
He's not Ron's guy anyway.
No, not at all. I mean, that's something that Ron inherited, so that's going ahead and cleaning the house now. But, how much of this not taking it important has to deal with playing in the city that he grew up in?
That could be an influence as well, because you want to or I made it, and you want to bring along your crew or whatnot, and you want to put on for your city. I mean, I don't know who you're gonna put on now. Your city just kicked your ass out, so it's a humbling experience, but it's just I just hope that this kid finds it to really take the game of football seriously, because you can see in the 2 years that he was with Washington, man, it was a joke, man. Like I never saw a game in which it was like, damn, he got better from the last game to this game. He just got worse every time you saw him, and that's not the makings of a top 15 quarterback, in the first round.
Well, I hope he goes to a different market somewhere. Get him away from some of those influences. Because I know as a young athlete, man, shit, if I would have got drafted anywhere in Florida, ain't no telling. Could have been a different story.
Yeah, ain't that right?
You know what I'm saying? If I would have been drafted in Jacksonville or Tampa, it was only an hour away from my hometown. Could have been a different story.
But the circumstances though, like your team is fighting for a division crown, and they're depending on you. You're out in public in the pandemic, dude. Like now you got to quarantine anyway. So it just was a bad situation all the way around. I just hope the young fella bounces back and get his head on straight.
Yeah, man. Maybe he didn't really buy the fact that they could still make the playoffs. He's like, man, you're all fucking crazy. We can't make the playoffs. Like 5-9.
There's no way we can make the playoffs. No, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and go to the strip club.
I'm going to the strip club. That's fucking stupid.
We're good. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it in the strip club, man. And then boom, there you go. Damn, what? We can actually make it to the playoffs? Shit.
Go team. What? I'm fired. What do you mean?
Well,
so what's up, guys? Are we spoilers this week? Who takes the game off? Does everybody finish out?
You know what? I think, because this would be like the ultimate like backstabby, like the ultimate comeback, because Dallas's fate is in the Eagles' hands. Because they got to beat Washington for Dallas to get in.
Okay.
I'll just sit every fucking body. I'm starting Nate Sudfeld this week.
Right. Well, they already said.
So if we lose, we get a better draft pick and keep Dallas out, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Good to me.
Yeah.
Tempting.
So go ahead. Yeah. So go ahead and start Sudfeld. And
but they
well, you know, they already said they're
going
gonna start Jalen Hurts. So you know what I'm saying? They're gonna go ahead and let him have his thing, man, and keep grinding. And you're just gonna put keep these young receivers out there. Let them have at it. You know, Fletcher Cox probably isn't going to play in this game. He already left this game, the last game, with a burner, with a stinger or whatever that is. And then, yeah, as far as
I thought you were talking about a cell phone. That was a burner.
Yeah, my bad. You know the stinger. You know when you get
burner phone.
Yeah, the burner or whatever that shit is. You know.
But how does that feel? I've never had one.
Yeah, I don't know.
It sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, you get like a little tingling that goes down your arm. But I mean, it's not, you know.
I think like there's different degrees of it. I think sometimes your muscle like shuts down. So I don't know. I've never seen anybody leave the game with it. But.
Yeah, no, I've never seen.
Not trying to hate, but not by any means. I just never seen it.
On the injury report,
I said no lies.
With the neck thing though, you know.
Yeah, it was for the stinger.
No. I'm saying he was on the injury report like
so all he was last already
week
hurt
because of his neck. Yeah,
but it was a stinger. That's why
it was a stinger. The neck is a stinger injury.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why he was that. It was all due to a stinger.
You know, back in the day, they just throw a couple cowboy collars on you and get you back out there.
Yeah, you throw a
really?
yeah, hell yeah, get your neck rolled, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
yeah,
you can't fuck your neck up if you can't move it.
Yeah,
fuck your neck up if you can't move it.
Yeah, you be riding this bit like this, man. You turn, you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Jack. Hey, Jack, what's it on? You know? Trey, it's on 3. Don't jump.
You know what I'm saying, guy? Because I used to rock the cowboy collar. You know what I'm saying?
Looking like Richie Incognito out there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all that is. I mean, you know, I didn't think it was.
I had the big ass little pad thingy, but I never had like the cowboy collar one.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah. Sure, you might see Malata with that one out there. Some. Hey, do you think he'll come back from protocol? Is that usually pretty easy? I don't recall what that consists of.
I think Slay came back pretty quick. I don't know. To me, it just seems like concussions are happening so much more. You know, I guess back in our day they didn't give a damn. You know, hell, man. You know, it's just like
that's what it was.
Yeah, you get thumped. You're like, all right, yeah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You shake it off and you get on back out there. But now, you know, they have this. They put you in timeout for a little bit. You have to, you know, go through the process of and I don't know what the process is.
And you know what's crazy? I don't see anybody with the helmets I used to wear out there.
No.
They all got like new helmets that I ain't never even seen before.
Yeah.
These helmets must be worse because there's more concussions now, I feel like, than there was when we played.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's way more.
They are.
Are they bad helmets?
I don't know. I do not know. Or maybe all the symptoms we just played through the shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't, I don't know. But it does seems like there are more people going into protocol with concussions with these newer style helmets, but who knows?
Do you hear the term got his bell rung anymore, or has that been replaced with got a concussion?
Oh yeah. No, it's absolutely a concussion now. He's concussed. Yeah. Bell rung is no longer a term that's used.
Bad, naughty.
Yeah, it's on the naughty list. Yeah, it's definitely on the naughty list.
What about seeing stars? Seeing stars is not good either, right?
No, definitely not good. Definitely not good. That all falls under, he's concussed and he's going to be on protocol for like a week or so. So, So I don't know, who knows what's going to happen now, because if Jordan, if he's not there, then that means that Matt Pryor might have to bump out there to left tackle. And then you're going to have Toth that's going to have to step in at right tackle, I think, ? I'm not really sure.
I mean, he balled a little bit, though, at the end of the game.
Who, Toth? Which one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they put him out there at right tackle because they had moved big back prior to left tackle.
Prior left. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
What happened to Driscoll? Driscoll done for the year?
Yeah, he strained his MCL. Yeah, strained his MCL, so he's done for the year.
Pretty bad, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
We used to just. You need to get Rick Burkholder over here and tape some rubber bands to the inside of his knee.
But he played through it. Now it happened early in the second quarter, and he just played through it. He finished up the game, but they say it's a pretty bad MCL sprain. But yeah, man, the training staff, man, it's not. But to me, it's like
he battled.
Yeah, he battled, man. You know what I'm saying? He went out there, he gave it everything he had. You know, he battled, dude. Gave up 0 sacks against the Saints.
He did.
He did battle.
Yeah, he battled.
I'm just saying, but that's one of those that's what you mean by when somebody battled. His efforts resulted into a win.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear you battle if we got our ass whooped. I don't want to hear that.
Okay,
battle towards the cause.
All right. Okay, it was done in vain then. All right, but yeah, no, he got it done though. I mean, he went out there, he gave it up, man, on a sprained MCL. I mean, showed a lot of grit, finished up the game, played a hell of a game, man. But I don't know, now, man, and this defensive front that you're getting ready to go out there again in Washington, you see they already gave up 8 sacks to him.
Jordan Mailata back.
You need Jordan back.
I need the Enterprise back because the Predator coming to town. Shit.
Yeah. Chase Young coming to town and company, man. And right now, after giving up 3 sacks, this team is at 62 sacks right now, giving up this year.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
what's the single season record?
I think it's 78. Like 70 something. Yeah.
Hey, what was the most we ever gave up?
David Carr.
I think 55.
We gave up 55?
Yeah. And I think that was through everything with the season and playoffs. Yeah. That's what I like to think.
55 is a rough season.
55 is a lot. But I guess, that Green Bay game, man, shit, we gave up a lot of fucking sacks in that Green Bay game, dude. The 4th and 26.
Oh.
Shit, we gave up.
I wasn't here, bro.
You wasn't here. I was.
I wasn't here for that.
Shit,
I had no handle in that.
Okay, my bad then. Well, I gave up a lot of sacks. We gave up a lot of sacks.
But we both.
I missed the miracle of FedEx.
Yeah, the FedEx.
We both was here in 06. We gave up 22 sacks that year.
Oh yeah.
That was like one of the lowest in our team's history. So
yeah. We balled that year. Yeah, 26 sacks.
Fuck it. What are you laughing at? I gotta get my shit together too.
Yeah, hey, Jeff Garcia. Because we were getting ready to play Dallas. Was that the Dallas game? Yeah. And Jeff Garcia coming in, hey, everybody, calm the fuck down. Get your shit together. Wait a minute. Yeah, I need to get my shit together. I'm like, all right.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. All right, Jeff. I dig it. Man, Jeff was wild, man. But yeah,
Jeff was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good dude, man. Good dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think 78 is like the most sacks, and where they at right now? 61, you say?
They're 62.
62. Damn. I mean,
hey Jack, what year was 78?
That was David Carr.
Oh,
David Carr?
Rookie year.
You mean
the Texans?
In Houston. Oh, the Eagles. What's the most the Eagles ever did?
It like 70 something. That was back when Jaws and all of them were here.
Oh, 70.
Yeah, I think it was like 72 or something like that.
Yeah. But they was going to get some motherfuckers that could slap you in the face.
Oh yeah, man! Hey, motherfucker come out there,
Big Deacon Jones and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we wouldn't have had a very long career. We gave up 70-some sacks.
No. You can't get out. You can't do that. But I think Cunningham was sacked like 70 times or something like that. It was some shit that was
Oh my
absolutely
goodness.
ridiculous, man. Yeah.
What is it like? Seven or what is it, like 8 sacks a game? That's a lot of sacks, man.
I mean,
It's like 5-6 sacks a game. They're 62, right? And they've played what? 16 games? No, 15 games.
They played 15 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like giving up 5 sacks a game.
Wow.
Man, I'm not a mathematician, but
yeah, like my shit I really just
hold on, bro.
It's a lot.
The 1986 Eagles were the most sacked team ever. They allowed 6.5 per game.
Wow.
Is this before the merger?
I don't know.
No.
There was a merger.
No. Hold on. For the whole season, that amounted to over 100 sacks allowed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Everybody
no
benched.
other team has ever allowed 80. What the fuck, bro? Bad times in 86, huh?
Yeah, man. I think
how many times did they play the Bears that year? Shit.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to fact check this though. I can't. I gotta do a little dive. I don't want to be spitting. I don't want to be throwing false narratives out there.
100 sacks still, dude.
100 sacks. 100 sacks is a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man.
That's why I want to double check my source here.
Yeah. That's a lot of that's a lot of sacks, man. Wow.
Did they bring anybody from the line back the next year?
No, everybody should be fired. That's it. Everybody, everybody fired. Coach fired. Everybody. You gotta go. Yeah. But I think that's when Cunningham was out there, man. So Cunningham and Jaws. I remember talking to Jaws about that they gave up a lot of sacks that one year.
Bro, could you imagine giving up over 100 sacks? That would be like the most miserable games ever.
Ever. Like every time the ball is snapped, you getting your ass kicked. And like how many games did they play back then? I mean, were they playing 16?
Bro, and then finally you do block your guy and somebody else gets beat and you're like, motherfucker.
But for real, like how many games were they playing then?
Oh man,
because they could have been
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we play a 16-game schedule. They probably were playing about 12 to 14 games.
Let me see here. Yep, Ron Jaworski.
100 times. No,
bro, we got to get Jaws on, talk to him about what it's like to get sacked 100 times in a season.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think Cunningham got sacked like 70. And then Jaws was right up there with him.
Yeah, I think they were both there that game, that season. They're both. Wow.
Man, you know how much of a badass you got to be to like survive a season where you get sacked triple digits, let alone like 70.
Carson Wentz didn't make it through 50, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, he did because he didn't get hurt. He just got benched.
Right.
Yeah,
he ain't make it.
Yeah. What do you got, like 55 or something?
Bro, it starts to affect your play.
Yeah, it does. It does. Jalen is starting to see some of the woes that Carson was going through.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
There isn't a lot there at times.
Yeah, at times it gets a little stale, it gets a little predictable with some of the plays, and you can see that pressure was starting to get to him a little bit at times because you saw his eyes, once he got hit a couple times, he was kind of like, whoa, he started looking down and seeing, okay, where do I need to go? And then he would get his eyes back up. So, I think some of this started to wear on him a little bit in this game.
Oh, yeah. You saw I saw what I was kind of expecting early on. I mean, he is a second-round draft pick. He is a rookie, so I didn't really expect him to light the world on fire like he did. But, this past game, he had some throws and some situations that, of course, he would definitely like to have back because, the one pick in the end zone, that was a classic rookie mistake, where the DB just baits you into not believing he's in coverage, and the guy who's not covering the receiver picks the ball off, instead of the guy that covering the receiver. So, he'll learn from that. And, it's just he needs just what Carson needed, a lot more help around him. Like it wasn't all Carson. Hell, Carson could have benefited from better play calling as well. The coach, for some reason or the other, this game kind of like fumbled the ball when it came to calling the game plan because, the quarterback is getting the plays in with 10 to 8 seconds left and they're rushing to the line of scrimmage. That's what's causing, false starts and pre-snap penalties and things of that nature. And then you got a rookie running the offense. So you got to give him every chance to succeed. You can't like put him behind the 8-ball.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt Doug did.
Mm-hmm. They put a little bit too much on him. And I think they got away from the run again way too quick, man. You only giving Miles Sanders, 14, 15 carries? I don't know, man. Fuck. I don't know. They're going to have to figure this shit out. What do you think do you think Doug is coming back next year? You think they're going to bring Doug back next year?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be some changes, and I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Howie.
Oh no, Howie's not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah,
I just feel like something's gonna change. Jim Schwartz is gone, probably. I would imagine.
Yeah, possibly.
And that's the thing, like, if they don't change up top or whatever, which, like you guys said, they're not changing Howie, but in Doug's press conference, he kind of spoke to some things to where, he feels as though he can be the asset to help turn things around. Mm-hmm. And, if you read between the lines, he's basically saying, I want more control. I want to be able to pick some of the players that I want to coach. I'm trying to develop an offense in my vision, and you're not allowing me the opportunity to do that. It was rumblings that, the Jalen Reagor pick, everybody really wasn't on board with that. They wanted Jefferson, but Howie wanted Reagor, and Howie pulled the trigger. So, it has to be like a healthy balance, between the two. And if it's going to continue to go down the road that has been going down where, Howie makes final decision and, he's picking all the players and whatnot and making all the moves and Doug just have to work with what he has to work with, I don't think that's going to be real successful because it's kind of like saying where Doug likes to call plays. It's like you're taking his play calling ability away from him, because now he's asking for, more of a responsibility or more of a say in how the team is built. And I think as a head coach, you should have that. You won a Super Bowl. You should have some cachet to where, on draft day, I should have some input,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this thing rolls out, man, once this season over. Go ahead, Todd.
I think that's a tough balance because I remember talking to Big Red after he had gotten to where he had full control and he'd learned that it was just maybe a little too much for him to deal with. And then when he was in Kansas City, I remember that was one thing he told me. He was like, I don't deal with that stuff anymore. I don't deal with getting players in here or anything like that. I just coach football now, and so, I just hope Doug's careful because, sometimes you get more than you bargain for, and it could be a lot for somebody to handle, especially somebody that hasn't been coaching forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. All of a sudden you want to start making all the personnel moves and stuff too. But yeah, it's a tricky balance, man, because you want to be able to give the coach and somebody that's been a player before and can recognize talent, the ability to work and build their own team, So it's tricky.
I love Big Red, but who you think traded up to get Patrick Mahomes? It wasn't Brett Veach, I'll tell you that much. I guarantee you that was Big Red's call. Like, he the only, dude, he knows quarterbacks. I'm quite sure that was his call. Guaranteed.
That was definitely Brett Veach.
100%
Brett Veach.
You gonna put that on Brett Veach?
Brett Veach is a genius.
Okay. Yeah, that's what he is.
He's a professional sports team managing genius.
Yeah,
he's a talent scout. with the best of them.
Yeah.
Well,
So there
even if it was Brett Veach, him and Big Red was on the same page. You know, I'm
Yeah.
quite sure Big Red okayed it. You know,
Yeah.
It's just it has to be a like they said, a collaborative effort. And how Doug's talking during the media, it don't seem like that's the case at all.
No. It does seem like there's some division. It's kind of like, hey, we got you guys, and now go to work. And it's not like you said, he doesn't have his hands on the guy. You know, it's not. They're not his guys. You know, or some of the guys that are being brought in. So hey, man, we'll see how this thing continues to go, man. You know,
and we've seen it. Okay, let's say for instance they do bring Doug back. I don't think they should, but they have to bring Carson back. I think he should go elsewhere and, you know, try and, you know, start fresh, because here it's just way too many obstacles for the guy to overcome, man. Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's my whole thing.
I'm like, why? Like, I'm like, look, find me a trade partner. I'll do whatever I can. I'm not giving y'all no money back, but I'll make it a little lighter on you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting none of this cash back.
Yeah, no, you're not getting any money back. Now, let's start this right out the gate before we even start this conversation. You're not getting any money back, but let's go ahead and make this happen. Like if I were Carson, I would want to go ahead and make a move, man. And a lot of people go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
If you say, if y'all say, you know, they're going to bring Howie back, then ultimately all Howie's draft picks and, you know, assets, they're coming back too. Wasn't who was on board for drafting Carson? Wasn't Howie?
Yeah.
He gave up the farm for him. So hell, I mean, the way it's looking, Howie and Carson, Carson's definitely going to come back just because of the money he's owed, but you know, it's looking like those two, their jobs are safe, and the question mark is whether or not Doug will be back.
Man, but I'm saying, man, I would, if I were Carson, I would be looking for a trade, man. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Do whatever you need to do. Get me out of here. Let me go ahead and move on. You know, go to another market, because it's always going to be that, hey, we got rid of the wrong guy, or as soon as he has a bad play, you know, hey, we want the other guy in there, you know, so I would much rather go ahead, because they created this situation. So, you know, whatever. That's what it is.
Cowboys will probably take him.
Yeah, possibly.
You're fucking light our ass up.
Yeah, Cowboys or Washington, or, you know, but I'm thinking it's going to be somebody that has to have some relationship with Carson. Just because you need to know how to get him back to where he needs to be, man. And I think that it needs to be a team that or has a staff that has been around Carson for some time. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays. Well, cool, man. Y'all ready to wrap it up? Anything else? Well, dang, Todd
Todd said, yeah.
Whoa,
yeah. There we go. All right. Well,
I thought you said we were done.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. We're done. We're done. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Appreciate y'all coming back, you know, jumping on with me again. And let's go Birds. Let's be the spoiler. Well, no.
Get the good draft pick.
Yeah, get the good draft pick. And we can still screw Dallas.
Let the Redskins make the playoffs.
Well, the football team.
The football team.
Man.
Yeah,
the football team.
The football team.
The football team. I don't even know who I was talking about.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, hey, man, hopefully they get it done. Hopefully Washington gets it done, or whatever. I don't know. Whatever, man. Let's just finish this.
Yeah. Hey, let's hope there's no big injuries this week.
Yeah, that's it, man. No big injuries. Just get it over with. Get the season over with. It's done. And go ahead and have these exit physicals, and let's keep it moving. Well, thanks, guys.
Going on 3.
Yeah, get on out of there, man. Well, hey, man, appreciate y'all coming again, man. And hey, we'll see y'all on the other side, man.
Why you?
All right, fellas.
All right, man. I'll see you guys, man. I'll talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey.